Hey YouTube, how are you? I am coming today. I want to talk about a situation that happened with me a couple of days ago. I got an email. Hold on. I had gotten an email. Sorry, a couple of days ago titled "Interesting," and it took me a couple of days to answer it because I could tell it was a forward. So most likely one of those chain letter things, or whatever. But sometimes I read them. So I finally got a chance to reading this one, and it was basically an email pointing out certain figures in history that are known to us. I know John Lennon was one. The other names that escaped me, but you've probably gotten this. And it was telling about what these people had done or said concerning God or Christianity. And each person it pointed out, it also made known that they either died supposedly shortly after making these statements, or someone killed them, or they got a disease and died. And the main point of the email was saying that if you say something against God and Christianity, you could die, or you will die. Okay. Whatever. Let me clarify right now and tell you I do believe myself to be a Christian. But I've told y'all that before, the Christian Buddhist Muslim theory I have. Okay. You can go back to the videos and find that. But I do, at the heart of everything, consider myself to be based in Christianity. So I got it from the person, and I replied back, "The God I know doesn't work this way, but thanks anyway." And supposedly when I replied, it went to everybody who that person had sent it out to, which I wasn't meaning for it to, but even if it did, I thought about it, and who cares? I mean, because I'm not, if it bothered that person or somehow came back on that person in some negative way, I mean, I apologize for that, which I did, but, life goes on. So the person called me, it was like about midnight that night, and when I saw their name on my phone, I was like, oh, I know why this person is calling. So I answered the phone kind of laughing, and the person was like, "It's not funny." And I was like, okay. And then they were like, "I'll take you off my list, and I don't have to send you any more emails." I said, "Well, that's fine." So then they proceeded to say, "What you did was stupid. When you replied to everybody on the list." And I was like, "I did?" You know what you were doing. You've been doing email and working on the internet long enough to know when you replied to everybody. I said, "No, actually, I really didn't know, but I do have a little bit of internet knowledge, and computer knowledge, but I really didn't know." And I apologize for that, because I didn't mean it to go to everybody. I was meaning to go back to you. So they hang up the phone in my face. Which, let me say this: if you call somebody, or you want to have a conversation with somebody and express everything you have to say and go off in the type of manner you want to, please allow the other person to do the same. Like, if you dish it, can you at least be able to receive it back? I know it's hard, because I've been in that type of person myself, who wants to be the one that's getting everybody told, but can't, let other people have their say. That's stupid. But, can you at least do that? Please. It's only fair. So they hang up, and I go to the computer, and I shoot off an email. I'm like, "I apologize. It was not meant to be a deliberate action. There's no reason for me to lie to you about the action. I really didn't know." I said, "Since you seem to be a person who supposedly is, a straight shooter, do know that I am the same, and when it comes to whatever issue, I usually don't blow smoke." And that's actually I'm actually kind of honest to a fault on so many things, that I really have to watch myself and temper it, because I just want you to know where I stand. I don't want us to be confused about where I stand, or you think one thing and it's another. So I try to be explicit in my character, my feelings on whatever situation. So that's what I was saying to that person, in the email. And then, I never got an answer back, which is fine. Oh, and I said, "I'm apologizing to you. You have the choice to accept it or not, which is cool, but life goes on for me. Take care." What? So anyway, like I said, I didn't hear back. But that's the one thing I want to talk about. definitely want to say on that, if you can dish out the shit, be able to take the shit back. You know what I'm saying? Allow folks to do the same, or to respond to you in kind, or whatever manner they have, instead of just hanging up. That's my first point. My second point concerning the email and that type of religion, the idea that God has such low self-esteem, as we humans do, that God would get mad about something said about Christianity or the God self, to the point where he's going around striking folks down, killing them, you know, and all that kind of stuff, because somebody said something against them. See, I have a real problem with people putting these human characteristics on God. That's some shit that we do as humans. You know, we get mad, we pissed off, we want revenge, then and now, we gonna get you. In my life experience, God does not work that way. I do want to reiterate that in my life experience. Because I know we all come from different experiences. Just like you and I can both read the same verse in the Bible, you can come with a totally different definition that I never even thought about, and I can have my definition or meaning about a scripture, and they don't connect, but we're both allowed, because that's the conclusion we came to from our points of view, from our walks of life. It's allowed. God does allow free thought, free will. Many of you claim that you are God-like. I think that's one of the main things you need to be. You need to do is allow folks free thought, free will, just as God does. But I'm just surprised that folks would, just think of God that way. And you know, folks are allowed. Like I said, I'm expressing my opinion, my experience. But the God I know doesn't work that way. If that was true, all the stuff I've done and said in a moment of haste or being upset or whatever to whoever, I'd be dead too, somewhere with a worm crawling out my nose with some dreaded disease. So that's my point today. My second point, actually, is that God is God. God is comfortable. I'm going to use it in, the way I want to say it, because this is my video. I know some of y'all may not like this way I'm about to put this, but, so I'm going to go and tell you, you may want to click now. But God is comfortable in God's shit. Meaning, God is God. The ultimate, the supreme being, who knows that the shit's going to work out anyway according to his plan. So you can do what the hell you want to do. It's not going to affect God to me one way or the other. God's going to send you little signs or whatever. You can heed it or not, or do what you want to do. Whatever's going to happen. But God is comfortable in God's shit, and I don't think God is somewhere upset about the little things that folks say that humans would get upset over, because God knows it's all gonna work out. God is the HNIC, that's what you want to call it. Yeah, that's God to me. So when we put these human characteristics on God, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right, and it doesn't make any sense. We are made in his image, not the vice versa of him being made in ours. And I think we really need to think about that. And allow other people to have their point of view of religion or spirituality. It's okay. Everybody's allowed their journey to get to whatever point they need to get to. And just because one may feel they have reached that point and they are the all-knowing, doesn't mean that you are. That goes for any situation and any type of work of life. But since we're speaking about religion and spirituality, I want to attribute it to that. And I think we have to keep that in mind. And I understand how it is thinking everything, because I've been and still fight with that type of thinking. I understand. But at the end of the day, you really don't know everything. You just don't. And you need to be able to admit that to yourself and give other folks a break. Really. That's pretty much what I want to say. As usual. Hey, my phone's ringing. Hey, my pie. And I thank you so much, as always, for listening. Leave your comments. Leave a reply if you like. Have you been through something like that? What do you think? Have you gotten that email? And what did you think about it? Just want to know. Welcoming dialogue. Have a good day, guys.